Okay, let us start. Let's take this head off. And first thing I need to do is need to remove the leak tester. So next is there is the oil feed line bolt needs to get taken off. So this has special aluminum crush washers. I've seen them with fiber washers as well. The fiber washers leak like crazy. Next one, let's take the carb off. But first, let's take this gas line off. We'll rebuild the carburetors while we're at it too. It doesn't take much time, and they're so I'm going to be putting a splitter in here. It should have a splitter. Boy, this is hard. It is. It just makes everything nice and neat, and I don't like the. I don't like the dual cables. Just doesn't seem that great to me. So I know some people love it, but I'm not a fan of it. Okay, so let's take out the carb. Carbs are held on by I believe this is 6 millimeter. And there's a washer and a fiber gasket in here. It is very nice that the valve cover acts as a nice collector. So let's take off the head. Well, first, I've got two baggies here too, so I'm going to keep everything separate. So I know this should be a top dead center, but it doesn't really matter. So the rocker arms are distinct. One is for intake, one is for exhaust. So that's how I really don't even have to label the bags. So it is pretty easy to keep track of everything. So the right side is going in one bag. And the left side's going in a bag. And then we will gently relieve the pressure on the heads. So there is a 10mm bolt that holds in this rocker pin. There is a brass washer, and there is a spring that's seated up on top of the rocker arm. Pushrod looks good. Sometimes you see like little funny wear patterns on them, but it doesn't seem to be the case here. So I'm going to need a 22mm socket. So, 2, 4. It's held on by 6 head bolts. One of them is a little bit unusual. It's basically an Allen nut that's buried in here. So, the first is to take this off. Sometimes you need a breaker bar, so let me get the breaker bar out. That thing is really torqued down. There it goes. So I am going to gently unbolt these in the same way I kind of tighten them. And I'm just going to slightly loosen each. Okay, so this is the socket for getting And again, I'm just going to slightly loosen these gently, and then I'll just take them all off. This is for the sixth one. The sixth one is located down in here. So this is a 10 millimeter Allen. Okay. All of them have been loosened. And this is what this fastener looks like. These have all been loosened. There are washers that are on top of this rocker arm assembly. They again go right into the valve cover. It's just a nice place to collect. And so there's basically the bracket for the rocker arm assembly. So when we reassemble it, there's one more bolt to take out. It's right down in here. So it is, let's take that bolt out. This head looks really good, actually. I mean, it's, there are O-rings on these four studs. So and I always replace these O-rings, but it's nice to take them off when you're trying to take this off. It just comes off so much easier. And the $64,000 question is, are these still chrome lined cylinders? And yeah, I just dropped the washer there. So this one's a little tough one. There it goes. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Okay, so looks like there's like an oil leak around this hole right here. I don't know what that's about. Here is the head gasket. We were at top dead center too. And so let's take a quick look. So I can't really tell. Let me get a magnet. Let me get my little magnet here. We can check it out. Okay, these cylinders, obviously you can see that's magnetic, are not in the least bit magnetic. Let me get a light we can see in there. Hold on one second. Okay, so we are back, and I will try to get you a little bit closer actually. So you see, this is a really strong magnet too, and it is not sticking. So yes, those are chrome bores, and they are going to have to get changed. So let's take the head off, or I'm sorry, the cylinder, and let's take a quick look. Okay, so I mean, the chrome really looks nice, to be honest, but it is a problem. And again, it's not even the slightest bit magnetic. But these are nice heads. Let's take a look at the piston. Okay, there's no up and down on the connecting rod. And it looks like there are a couple of washers here. So this is the one that had the blow by on the rings, and It's so why don't we just take a quick look at the rings?